First, the COVID, what really went down was, first I made videos. I had a hard time wrapping my head around it. All right. I was you're talking to someone that just finished. I was doing meet and greets every night. I was in hotels every night. I was on planes every day. I was in rent-a-cars every day. I'm meeting 40 people a night, 100 people a night. I just was with a band, all the bands that were on tour. None of us got sick. None of us died. And all of a sudden, the world just shut.
Right.
And I'm not saying people didn't die, but I also know that me personally, I took antibiotics and it went away. You weren't even allowed to say something like that. And so, in my opinion, I thought it was purely demonic evil, and it could have been, a lot of lives could have been saved. A lot of information was hidden. And that, in my opinion, is a very dark intention.
Would you accept the fact that even the people that you think, or the facts that you have today, don't you think that most of those people would say, hey, we made a mistake. We were learning as it goes along. I think the difference between these conspiracies, and I'm using that word because I don't know, is your, and we can't know, what I glean from sometimes what you have said is that it was totally evil and intentional, as opposed to, we don't know, this is scary, this is going by leaps and bounds, you got to do this right now. Like, I think everybody would admit, and on every level, they didn't need the lockdown. And if, God forbid, it happened again, they wouldn't lock you down. I think that they were making a lot of assumptions based on real-time events as it was happening. And it's not this dark, evil force trying to fuck with you.
I disagree. And the reason why I disagree is the following. When you know whatever you're treating people with is killing them, how many have to die before you go, maybe this ain't working? That's number one. Number two, things that people don't remember is everyone was so viciously foaming at the mouth for, at the time, the president at the time, to come help. And he sent in naval ships. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And naval ships, because the hospitals were overcrowded and people are dying everywhere. And we need your help now. And so he sent in, there were naval ships in Jersey, New York, California. And you know what happened to those naval ships?
No.
They left. And when they asked why'd they leave, this is how powerful news was, in my opinion. Why would you send in military ships to save people and they weren't needed? So that was a major red flag.
Well, they were there.
And no one questioned it.
They were there.
They
were there. Well, I mean, let's take it as it was in case it was needed. And then it turned out it wasn't needed, so they backed away. Right?
And here's my other situation.
Okay.
When you're on the news and you're shaming people, you're bullying people, you're insulting people, that is a written agenda. That is written, it is produced, and it is... And
you realize what you're saying is something that I agree with, but I think that exists on both sides. You know, I come from a time, I'm a little bit older than you, where somebody would give me facts, Walter Cronkite would give me facts, and then I and whoever I wanted to discuss with would decide how we want to view those facts. I don't want to know when you give me a fact, and along with that fact, I understand how you're leaning or what side you're on, or you're villainizing the other side. And I'm not saying one side is better than the other. I think that goes, I have a problem with CNN and Fox equally.
Oh, God, I hate them both.
Me too.
I hate all news.
So what I'm saying is, in talking to friends who are doctors and were not part of the political movement, they'll stand with you right now and say, thousands of mistakes were made. Thousands of scenarios that were kind of put out there were totally wrong. I guess where I'm disagreeing with you, and I'm putting that a lot strongly than I am, is that there was this dark, evil plan to fuck us over.
I disagree, and I respect your opinion.